According to the latest data, less than 2% of all poker players have ever made over $10,000 in their entire career. And as a 10+ year professional poker player, this is both crazy and shocking to me. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what helped me the most on my path to becoming a winning poker player. Let's jump into it. Number one, always punish weakness. So I have one rule at the poker table: they check, you attack. Let me give you an example. You raise it up with the ace of spades, king of spades, a beautiful hand that I suggest playing in nearly all situations, and one of our fishy friends calls. Now, once again, this is one of these recreational players. They just play the game for fun. They're certainly not watching this video. They don't take the game seriously like you do. So the flop comes down with the king of diamonds, seven of clubs, and deuce of hearts. This is a dream situation. We have flopped top pair, top kicker on this board, and they check to you. What should you do here, guys? Just make a big bet. And by big, I mean just bet the pot. Bottom line, guys, don't overthink it. Bad poker players will always find a reason to call you here. It doesn't matter if they've got any draw, any pair, heck, if they've got ace high, if they've got two napkins in their hand, they'll find a way to call you. Just make a strong bet here. Don't overthink a very simple card game. Number two, don't slow down. So let me tell you something you probably also already know. Passive poker players won't build the pot for you. Let me give you an example. You call with pocket sevens, that's the seven of clubs and the seven of diamonds, versus a passive player. So this is the kind of player who likes to check a lot. They don't like to bet or raise. So let's keep that in mind when we go see the flop of the king of spades, seven of hearts, and three of diamonds. So this is an incredible spot, guys. We have flopped middle set on this board, which is the second most powerful hand on this board possible. This is an incredibly well hidden hand, and this passive player has made a small bet into you. So what does this indicate? Well, we just talked about how passive players rarely bet or raise, so this tells you they have something, and specifically they probably have a king in this situation. So what should you do here, guys? Once again, zero slow play. Absolutely want to make a big bet in this situation. This is going to build the pot. This is going to allow you to stack this player later on, and what I mean by that is get all of their chips. Bottom line, guys, when you have middle set, get max value now. Do not wait around. Do not play it slow. Do not get tricky. Just make a big raise. Number three, let them hang themselves. So guys, another rule that I have at the poker table is do not bluff the maniacs. Let me give you an example. You raise it up with the king 10 of clubs, and by the way, if you want to know all of the hands that I suggest playing at the poker table, there are charts in my free poker cheat sheet. You can memorize the charts and you'll never have to guess what hands to play again. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. It's totally free. You can grab it right now. So in this hand, an aggressive player calls you. So this is one of these players who loves to bluff. They love to play a lot of junky hands and get in there and mix it up against you. So let's keep that in mind when we go see the flop of the queen of spades, 10 of diamonds, and 4 of hearts. So you make a bet in this situation. We have middle pair with a pretty good kicker, but they decide to raise. So what on earth is going on here, guys? Well, what you want to do here is just flat call. There's no point in folding. We have a strong hand after all, but there's certainly no point in raising either. This is one of the biggest mistakes that my students make consistently, is overplaying a hand like middle pair here, especially against a player who we know is bluffing a lot. So guys, bottom line, versus these aggressive maniacs, let them hang themselves. Use their aggression against them and set the trap. Number four, fold when it's obvious. So guys, let's be serious. Nits don't bluff. Yeah, they have it. And a nit, by the way, is also called a rock. This is the tightest player at the table. They are sitting around waiting for the best hand possible, and when they decide to raise or bet, believe me, they have it. Let's walk through an example. You've got pocket queens, the third best hand in the game. That's the queen of clubs and the queen of hearts, and a nit raises you. Let's skip ahead here to the turn. On this turn, the nit raises you. That's the six of spades, seven of diamonds, eight of clubs, and five of hearts. So guys, take it to the bank. On this board, when they raise you on the turn, they have a straight, they have a set, they have two pair. Just fold your one pair hand. Believe me, you do not need to see it. This is the biggest mistake that so many amateurs amateurs and beginners make, is they convince themselves that the tightest, most passive player at the table is somehow bluffing them out of nowhere here. They're not. They have you crushed, fold your hand, and move on to the next one. By the way, if you're enjoying this poker video, there are hundreds of step-by-step example hands just like this in my brand new training course, Play Fearless Poker. I have just opened up enrollment. I will leave a link to get in below this video. Number 5, don't chase miracles. So guys, small pairs equal big trouble. This is one of the biggest lessons I had to learn the hard way early on in my professional poker career. So a tight player raises you up and you call with pocket threes. That's the 3 of clubs and the 3 of spades. Flop comes down with the 10 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, and 7 of clubs, and they make a bet. So guys, we have totally missed this board. This is a disaster for us. There are only 2 cards remaining in the deck that can possibly give us the best hand here. Those are the other 2 red threes, the 3 of hearts and the 3 of diamonds, and we all know the likelihood of those coming on the turn and river. Yeah, extremely low odds. Also, we could literally be drawing almost completely dead in this situation. For example, a hand like Jack 8 has flopped the straight on this board. A hand like 8-6 has also flopped a straight on this board. They could have a higher set with pocket 10s, pocket 9s, pocket 7s. Heck guys, they could just have a pair on this board, a hand like Ace 10, King 9, or 7-6. All of these hands have you in tremendously bad shape. So the bottom line here, the clear lesson to be learned here is that when you don't hit a set, and that means 3 of a kind, on the flop with one of these small pocket pairs, like pocket 2s, pocket 3s, pocket 4s, or pocket 5s, you typically just want to move on. Fold your hand now. Believe me guys, you've got 2 outs here versus a monster range. Just let it go. Number 6, crush the fish. So guys, what I'm about to show you here, I have made an entire career out of this. There's no explanation really needed. Let's just jump into the example hand here. You've got pocket kings, pocket cowboys, the second best hand in the game. That's the king of spades and the king of diamonds, and you raise it up, of course, and one of our fishy friends calls. Now, this is one of these recreational players. They just play the game for fun. They love to call you down with any pair, any draw, or even nothing at all. They love to play all sorts of trashy hands. Often they're having a couple drinks. This is just their form of entertainment. So let's keep that in mind as we go see the flop of the 9 of clubs, 6 of hearts, and deuce of spades. So this is an absolutely beautiful situation for us. We have pocket kings. There's not too many draws on this board. There's no flush draw. There's only one legitimate straight draw with a hand like 8-7, which has an open-ended straight draw. That hand is looking to catch any of the 4 remaining 10s in the deck or any of the 4 remaining 5s in the deck. But beyond that, guys, there's not much going on this board. So you already know what to do. You make a strong bet here. They call. Turn comes down with the jack of diamonds. What should you do? Once again, guys, there is absolutely no reason to get tricky here, especially against the recreational players. When they've called you on the flop, they've already told you they have something, so just give them another reason to call on the turn. Make a strong bet again, but they decide to call. So let's go see the river now of the deuce of hearts, the total brick. Here's the bottom card, doesn't complete any draw at all. So what should you do? Once again, guys, simple card game, simple bet. Make a strong bet. They call, they flip over the ace of clubs and the 9 of spades. They were behind the entire way. They were fighting the math the entire way, and most of the time when you fight the math in poker, you lose. And that is why these players will be your number 1 profit source by far. I have made a career out of fleecing bad players in situations like this. Guys, bottom line, when you have a strong hand like an overpair with pocket kings here, just go bet, and thank me later. And number 7, take a break. So guys, let me tell you something that I had to learn the hard way, especially early on in my professional poker career, and that is that tilt kills more bankrolls than bad cards ever will. So tilt, as you might be familiar with, is a term we use in poker for when you get frustrated and you start playing emotionally, and what I mean by that is playing poorly, when you get a string of bad beats, and that is when you put a lot of money into the pot as a large statistical favorite and the other player gets lucky. This is a routine occurrence in poker. This is what keeps the bad players coming back for more and more and eventually donating all of their chips to you. Let me give you an example. You raise it up with pocket queens. That's the queen of hearts and the queen of spades, and one of our fishy friends calls us the entire way with a trashy hand, the 7 of clubs and the 5 of spades, and by the river the board reads the 10s, 10, 7, 3, deuce, 5. Yes, they spiked the 2 pair on the river. They called the entire way and got lucky on the river. Guys, let me tell you what I do in a situation like this. Number 1, step away from the poker table. Number 2, breathe. And number 3, reset. This kind of thing is frustrating. Make no mistake, it doesn't get better. Even as a professional poker player, it doesn't get easier to deal with something like this. It sucks. You did absolutely everything right in this hand, and another player gets rewarded for playing poorly. But guys, we need to remember, this is why poker is so profitable. This is why the top players in the world can make so much money in this game. This is what keeps the recreational players coming back for more and more. They get a chance to get lucky like this. So guys, the bottom line for me is I step away for 15 minutes because I know this is going to save me hours and hours and potentially a lot of money later in digging myself out of the losses that I can create by playing emotionally and on tilt. Guys, bottom line, do not allow yourself to play poker when you're at your worst, when you're playing emotionally and frustrated because a lucky fish just hit a lucky river card against you. If you feel yourself getting steamy under the collar, you're frustrated, take a break from the tables and come back later on ready to crush them again. Alright guys, like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and once again, if you want to know my entire strategy to absolutely crush the small and mid stakes games, make sure you grab a copy of my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching guys. All the best at the poker tables unless you're on mine.